Hello kids, I have a story to tell, and it's the Epic of Gilgamesh. In the ancient city of Uruk, there lived an almighty king named Gilgamesh. Like in a lot of stories, Gilgamesh was a very unkind ruler, and most of his subjects absolutely hated him. They prayed to their god, Anu, the god of all gods. Anu went to Aruru, the goddess of all goddesses, and she created Enkidu. Enkidu was raised in the wild so he could be just as crazy as Gilgamesh. One day, a hunter went into the wild and found Enkidu. Then he went back to Uruk and told Gilgamesh about Enkidu. Gilgamesh heard this and got very angry, so he sent the hunter to the temple of Ishtar. Then Ishtar sends her priestess, Shamat, to the hunter. Then Shamat goes into the wild to find Enkidu. Once she found Enkidu, she took him back to Uruk. There she gave him human food, clothing, and shelter. Then Shamat started telling Enkidu stories about Gilgamesh, and Enkidu wanted to become friends with him. Then Shamat told Enkidu about how cruel Gilgamesh was, and Enkidu decided to challenge him. Then Gilgamesh and Enkidu finally met, and they had a really long wrestling battle. Then they found out they were evenly matched and became friends. From that point on, Gilgamesh and Enkidu went on lots of adventures together. They went on an adventure in the Great Cedar Forest and found Humbaba, who was terrorizing the people that lived in Uruk. Then Gilgamesh and Enkidu found Humbaba. Then they killed Humbaba and cut down a great cedar tree. Then they returned to Uruk only to find that Ishtar was being real thirsty for Gilgamesh. But Gilgamesh did not like Ishtar, so Ishtar released the Great Bull of Heaven on him. Enkidu ended up killing the Great Bull of Heaven, but as a result of that, Enkidu dies. Then Gilgamesh realized that one day he soon will die too, so he went on a quest. He found Utnapishtim, who was the only known mortal to become immortal. He told Gilgamesh that the only way to become immortal was the gods, but there was one way, and it was a plant at the bottom of the ocean that he could eat and he'd become immortal. Then Gilgamesh dove into the ocean and found the plant. On the way back to Uruk, Gilgamesh decided to take a bath. Then a snake came along and ate the plant and shed its skin, becoming young. Then Gilgamesh returned home, devastated, now that he was aware that all living things must die. And that is the end of the Epic of Gilgamesh.